Is rustic decor more your decorating style? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this rustic little Christmas tablescape. What's up, fabulous glue dots? I'm Elaine, the Midnight Crafter. Today's DIY is a rustic feel with a bit of a little whimsical feel to it as well. So I hope you like it. If you do, hit that thumbs up button. Easy for me to say, right? And also, if you would like to join our glue dot family, it's a bit goofy around here, but that's okay. That's the way we like it. You can do that by hitting the subscribe button below. And when you hit the bell next to it, it'll inform you every time I upload a new video. So, that all being said, we need to just get right into this DIY. To get started, I'm going to open up these little puzzle pieces and give them a good spray painting with this Rust-Oleum paint. It doesn't matter what spray paint you use. I just picked claret wine. It's something I had, and I thought this would look really nice with kind of a burgundy color, just to change it up a bit. While I'm waiting for those to dry, I am going to use a straight edge razor and scrape off the words. A lot of people do this different ways, and I've heard using acetone and different ways. I just like to scrape it off, so that's what I'm going to do, and I find it to be pretty easy. If for some reason you can't find this particular frame, not to fret, my glue dots. Just take a couple of regular picture frames, maybe the 8x10, and remove the backing and then stack them and glue two together so you have a little bit of the height. Or if you can find one thicker one, you can just use that. So not to worry. Okay, now we're going to start working on our little Christmas tree. So we're going to put aside that other piece and work on making our little Christmas tree. So there's a couple options for this with the twine. I'm actually going to do two of them to try two different types of twine. So I have this one that I bought at Walmart. It lasts forever. You can see what a huge roll it is. It lasts forever, and it's a really good thickness. You can see it compared to the size of the Nautical rope that you get at Dollar Tree. There's quite a bit of a difference in the diameter of it. But I'm going to try two trees. I'm going to try one with this and one with this so you can see the differences. And I figured trees in the forest, no two are alike anyway as it is. So what we're going to be doing is simply wrapping this all the way around. And a tip for you, if you start at the bottom, it is much more difficult because as you go up, this wants to kind of hike up and move. If you start from the top, it's much easier to wrap around, and then it kind of stays in place and you just kind of butt up against the next one. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to start right up here on the tippy tip top point and put a little dab of glue and then just start going from there. So I'm going to give that a second to cool off, and then I'm just going to start spiraling around. You don't need a whole lot of really thick glue on there because you just want this to basically get started getting stuck on there. Kind of push it down as it goes. I have a lot of little glue strings sticking to me at the moment, and oh my goodness, does it not look like I'm bleeding or something? This is that burgundy paint. I always get spray paint on my middle finger when I use it, and oh well, what are you gonna do? I guess I could wear gloves, but I'm just not a gloves kind of girl. We're gonna go around all the way and work our way around till the whole thing is covered. And by the way, you don't need to cover the whole thing with glue. You just really need to only kind of do sort of a line of it in a couple places, because since you're starting at the top, this really will have nowhere else to go, so it will stay stuck nicely. So don't waste your glue. Just maybe do a little line here, maybe 3 lines around the different places just to kind of hold it in place. So when I got to the end, I just cut this off. Instead of cutting it off bluntly like this, I cut it at an angle. And what's nice about that is it really blends in nicely and you can't really see where it ends, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other cone with the larger Nautical rope, and I'll be right back. one full thing of nautical rope does not quite cover the entire thing. So it's up to you at that point. If you have, I have scraps because I use this all the time. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it out. You also could use just regular if you have any extra twine left over, say of just the regular kind. Or you can cut that off even and make your other tree be a little shorter. So use a few options. You can do whatever you feel works out best for you, but we will be adding a few little things down to the bottom, not too much, but it might possibly cover part of that that white part. And what a bummer, it's so close. It just needed like a few more inches of rope and it would have done it, but oh well. When we get to the bottom, I am putting the glue all the way around, but I certainly did not do that on the rest of it. So like I was telling you on the other one, instead of cutting it off bluntly, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off, you can see I'm cutting it at an angle here. And that way you don't have such a harsh piece there to end it on. Here's the two different trees, the two different styles. They're both pretty similar. So whatever, and if you like to have different kinds, that's great. You could, as I said, even go through and do it with the really thin twine that they have at Dollar Tree. They even have a green one you could do, but it would take a lot of times around because it's very thin. So what I'm gonna do right now is go ahead and attach my lights. Now any kind of lights will work. I just prefer these little LED ones that don't have anything else on them, just they're easier. And you're gonna be gluing in this to the bottom side of your frame. So just, I know it's a no-brainer, but make sure you don't glue the side that has the screw because you want to be able to put your batteries in there. We're going to glue that kind of offset a little bit because you do need to have some room for the little leg to go on, and the leg's going to go on a diagonal. So make sure you don't glue that all the way to the corner, but give it a good inch away from that corner and glue that base in place. Don't worry about the battery pack showing because it is going to get covered around the edge with some of our ribbon. So once you have your battery pack glued in place, we're going to get these lights glued down all the way around on that underside. Just put a little dot of glue, a little dabble do ya. Those of you that don't know why I'm laughing, it's in another one of my videos, so, and I'll try and link that one too. Anyway, so you're going to go ahead and put your little lights in there and glue them down so that they're laying flat on the side. Hopefully there's enough to go around, but I'm sure it will look amazing however it ends up. So we're just going to see how they fit. I'm not one of those that measures out stuff beforehand. I've never been like that. I'm always kind of a jump out of the plane and then realize I don't have the parachute on kind of a girl. So anyway, the other thing that would really be a good idea, which I should have already done as well, is to put batteries in here, make sure these lights are working. So we're just going to cross our fingers on that one and hope that they all work once I have them all glued in. I'm actually going to glue one directly to the battery pack backing, but I'm going to leave enough wires so that I will have the ability to remove that. I don't want it to be so tight that I can't pull that backing off later. Woohoo! They work! Yippee! Okay. Now that I know they work, I'm a happy camper. So what we're going to do next is take our ribbon. This comes in several different colors at Dollar Tree. I thought the green would be nice. And what we're going to be doing is going and gluing that around this whole edge so that it hangs down on the bottom side, because it will almost make like a little skirt once we have it all the way around. You'll see how it has an overhang there. And that way it will not only cover the battery pack here on the side, but it will also have a little bit of illumination coming out from the underneath, and it will also kind of cover the little legs that we're going to put on. What you can do is start with a slightly folded edge so you don't have a raw edge. So we're just going to go around and glue it so it's flush with this edge here, and you only have to glue it up there right at the top and let it hang down on the rest, because otherwise the glue is going to show through this since it's pretty porous ribbon. When you get to the end there, make sure you leave just a little bit longer piece than the overlap so that you can fold down that piece and have a nice clean edge. So here are all my pieces sprayed and ready to go. What I had meant to do and completely forgot is I wanted to leave 2 of the stars not sprayed. So I realized it after I sprayed one side of them, but I want to use these yellow ones on the top of my tree, so I should have just left them yellow. So we do need to put the legs on for the next step because we want to be working on the top side of this, but because this ribbon is here, we can't yet. What we're going to be doing is gluing the little leg blocks on the diagonal. Put a little bit of glue on each side of it because the center is going to be floating over that corner, so it's not going to be touching anything. Okay, they're all glued on now. We're going to flip over. And here we have our beginnings here for our little centerpiece or tablescape or whatever you want to call it. So here's something, a couple things. Now you have some options here. I should have done this before I did any of the rest of it. What we want to do is cover this glass surface with something that still will allow the light to come through. So here are some options. Before gluing on the lights, before doing anything to that back side, if you have a piece of decorative paper that you wanted to put underneath here and attach that somehow, that would be really nice, a nice option. What I'm going to be doing is cutting strips that are going to fit in here on the top. And I'm pretty much, I think, just going to glue these down just along this wire because I don't want the glue to be showing all over the place. So I'm going to throw a little bit of glue on the wire itself and then place it down. Now is where we start getting into kind of the fun part. So I got this ridiculously large pick from Michael's. You can get whatever picks you want. Dollar Tree has some beautiful ones. I have this one. So what I'm going to be doing with this is cutting off the excess stem, and now we're going to be figuring out where we want to place our little candle, our sleigh, and our trees. Now one thing on the sleigh, you do want to remove the little string here, and then there is that little piece where the string was going through. If you don't mind that sticking up, great, leave it that way. If you do mind that sticking up, just take a pair of pliers and give it a bend, and you can just fold that right down into the sleigh. So I'm going to get these figured out here. You probably won't have as much trouble if you're using the smaller picks where you can kind of arrange them, but something to the effect of this, and I'm going to play with it a little bit, and then we're going to get to the tree decorating part, which is the other fun stuff. I think I've got my placement. I'm going to go ahead and get these pieces all glued down. All these little pieces that we spray painted are going to be our ornaments for our trees. So the one star that I left only yellow on one side that should have been on both, I'm going to go ahead and glue to the top of my one tree and then start gluing on your ornaments. Now another potential option, you can add some glitter onto these ornaments if you want, using either some school glue and then sprinkling them with glitter, or some Mod Podge. I think I might do that just to add a little bit of sparkle to our trees here. You can leave your ornaments just plain. You can leave them the color that they came without even spray painting them, or spray paint them whatever colors you want. If you're enjoying my videos, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and become one of the Glue Dot family. We have a lot of fun here, we actually do. So what I'm going to do now that I've gotten those pieces glued on, I put all my little decorations on, and I'll show you guys another vantage point. But I'm going to make a little bow for the front out of my twine. So how I'm going to do that, I'm going to use 3 fingers and I'm going to wrap around until my start end and my finish end are opposing each other, and cut that off. And then I'm going to use another little piece of twine, 2.5 times the length of the finger length that I wrapped these. I hope that makes sense, but 1, 2, and probably about 3 times that. And I'm going to take these off my fingers, put this around the center, and tie this so that it makes like a little bow. You're going to glue this in whatever place of your choosing to help decorate. I'm gonna go ahead and put my bow up here on the front, and then I'm gonna give you guys a look at the finished project here. What's up, fabulous glue dots? I'm Elaine, the Midnight Crafter, and today's DIY has a bit of that rustic whimsy feel to it. So it will complement any DIY decor. No, any decor. I'm having issues today. What's up, glue dots? I'm Elaine. No. What's up, fabulous glue dots? I'm Elaine, the Midnight Crafter, and today's craft has a little bit of that whimsy rustic feel to it. Oh, this is just not working.